Time for a twins pod.
Then I'm getting sucked off.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I was watching one of your videos. They were showing people underwater and looked like these huge steps you could go up.
Yeah.
Chris, will you please bring this up? Type in Yonaguni in Google Images. Yonaguni.
Damn.
Just type in Yonaguni, and this will blow some minds.
Where is this at?
This is off an island off the coast of Japan. It's actually closer to Taiwan, but it's a Japanese island. Bring up photos of this and get ready to be wowed, as it's like no other site anywhere on Earth. And so there's a few, not the pyramid, that's fake. Type in steps. Type in Yonaguni steps or Yonaguni underwater monument.
I don't even know how to spell that.
It's Oh, you got to go to Japan. Have you been in Japan?
Why does Google?
No, I haven't. I've been to Australia.
Yeah?
Been to Australia.
I heard Australia sucks. I heard it's all Western. I heard it's like full of just
The
Western restaurants.
architecture is nice, but the food's great. But
You got to go to Japan. I went there in March.
get
It
some
is-
of that long time action.
Yeah. Guys, don't get me distracted here. Dude, Japan, I swear to God, everyone listening should make it a point to travel to Japan because it is the most modern civilization in the world.
China too, right?
Probably. I won't go to China.
Yeah, it's communist. Yeah.
Yeah, after I won't give them my money. After what guys, remember like a year and a half after our lockdowns ended and they were locking people up in their apartments? When I saw that, what's happened to the Uyghur people, I will not travel to that I'm not giving them my dollar.
Right.
It breaks my heart, and I feel for the Chinese people, but like I'd be scared to go there because what if something happened in the world and they locked it down and I couldn't leave?
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna be nice to Jimmy the American? Like,
Right.
I don't think so. And we don't got when Trump was in, and at one point, like there was a certain. If you were an American, you got in trouble overseas, you'd almost be looked after, like the embassies and everything. But now this world is so dicey, people probably just spit on you.
Right.
But Japan is one of the safest places on Earth right now, which is unbelievable because it has some of the most populated cities in the world. In fact, Tokyo is the #1 most populated city in the world, and it's one of the safest. They have almost no violent crime or theft of any kind.
There's no diversity there.
That's what a lot of people say, and it's true. There's no diversity.
If you want a nice, safe area, it cannot
you got to
be
stand
diverse.
for something. Everybody has to stand for something.
It cannot be diverse. Because when
You got
bring in-
everybody's walks of life and
when you bring a bunch of different people together, they want to push their way of life, and it just causes disagreements and biases and prejudices.
Which is sad, but it's kind of like human nature.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I would tell people to travel to Japan just to see that how the most populated cities on Earth are some of the most functional. They have this amazing high-speed rail system. The food is high quality. Everything is clean. You won't find a single cigarette butt. Like, everything is prideful and it's immaculate. And I just think that it needs to be a case study because as we see the Western world fall apart, from the United States, Europe, everywhere is falling apart. And yet they somehow got this little secret going on there where like they got it on lock.
Right.
And I think it's just worthy of people looking at because I'm like, as the world falls apart more and more, as it clearly looks like it's going to, people should look at what they're doing in Japan and how they're doing it because they have a unity there that is so unique.
Wow. Yeah. It's no black, no white. Everybody's just...
People mind their own business. I've never felt so safe in my life walking down the street. I'm always nervous when I'm traveling around different parts of the world. Like, you got to look out, you got to keep an eye on your back, because you don't know. They'll prey on an American. And, but there, not even for a fraction of a second did I feel unsafe. And I walked around the city at night. It was just me and my lady, and we were blown away. But we'd already been told this ahead of time. Like, it's so safe, it's going to astonish you. People won't even make eye contact with you. There's no one's trying to show you up. It's like this respect thing. They don't make eye contact when you're walking down the street.
I should take you in the hood to the club. Everybody's trying to make eye contact.
Yeah.
And if you look at them wrong, you might get shot.
Yeah.
Hey, so let's go to this place.
Show this Yonaguni. Type in. Okay. So all of that. Any one of those photos is good to go. This is a real structure. It's right off the coastline, and between that and click on some of the pictures that have steps. Basically, it looks like an ancient quarry. And what's so wild about this is that this site was above water 12,000 years ago, before the flood that we were talking about, where the sea levels rose 400 feet.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Yeah, click on that one. That's just a map, but it gives you an understanding of what it looks like. Nothing about this looks natural. And that's what they say, is that all the archaeologists say, well, it's probably just some sort of fluke natural erosion.
That's nowhere in hell. Look how straight those lines are.
Right.
Yeah.
Click on that one at the top with the steps, the dark blue one at the top on the second to the right. Yeah, that one too. Yeah, compared to scuba divers. It is like no other site on Earth. So this is what I've been saying. I'm saying it looks like some sort of ancient quarry. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Yeah. But it does look like it was altered by the hand of man. And people will, the skeptics will say, well, there's no evidence that it's human. And I say, okay, well then show me just one other site anywhere else on Earth that is even remotely comparable to it. If you're saying this is natural erosion caused by the tides, then okay, just show me one other example. I mathed it out. I looked. Mm-hmm. There's over 1.5 million miles of global coastline between all 7 continents and all the islands of the world combined. This site is just a couple hundred meters long. Find me just one other site on Earth that looks even remotely similar to this, and you won't find it.
That looked like that one. That looked like Superman's house.
Right?
No, Superman.
Look at that.
It does.
Look, it looks like steps right there. It's actually smaller, so it's not really steps, but it's like, how does the ocean current and tides form straight lines like that?
Right. Don't that look like Krypton in that movie?
Yeah, you remember Superman when he went to his house to get those crystals and he led those people that was in the black suits?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no way in hell that's
not
erosion.
That's what I'm saying.
Straight. Yeah.
You know, people, again, this is where the fierce debate comes in with archaeologists. Like, you know, but I'm like, I tell people, I'm like, just look and think for yourself. Like, does it make sense? And again, if you want to say that it's erosion, then okay, then show me some scientific proof, i.e. another example from somewhere else on Earth where you could corroborate that.
Yeah. So we had several advanced, from my purview, it looks like there were several civilizations that was far more advanced than we thought prior.
Probably. Or maybe it was a global civilization that spanned the continents. I don't know.
How old is that? That's how many years old?
Well, how old it is unknown, but we do know is that the last time it was above water 12,000 years ago, which is the same time that flood happened. It's called, and people that are wondering what I'm talking about, it's called the Younger Dryas Climate Catastrophe. This is mainstream science. Yeah. The Earth heated up drastically at the rapid end of the last ice age, approximately 12,800 years ago. And then it got cold again 11,600 years ago, or it was cold in that period of time, I should say. I got that backwards. But in that window, the Earth's sea levels had risen dramatically, 400 feet. Mm-hmm. And so how old that site is unknown, but it was above water at that same period of time. Right. And it looks like a quarry. And I'm not saying it is a quarry. I'm just trying to come up with something that would make any level of sense.
Right.
I'm not saying it was a house.
How many years is this before Christ?
10,000 years. But that's what they say. If you look at, like, again, I'm not a Bible thumper, but I'll bring it up. They talk about people living thousands of years old. The Sumerians said it too. So let me say this. The world's first civilization, known, I should say, documented civilization, is the Sumerians out of ancient Mesopotamia. You know, the cradle of civilization, as they call it. Mm-hmm. And they describe on their king's list that people were living for tens of thousands of years. Now, that might not be true at all. Obviously, that's all. It's hard to wrap your head around that, right?
Right.
But
I wouldn't want to live that long. I'm like, man, I just want to die.
Unless you're healthy, though. That's what I tell people.
Yeah, like, if you're in great health,
what if you feel good?
Like, well, Keith, look at the things they got nowadays. They're actually taking a pig's heart, putting it in people. You can actually take a pill to get a better erection. These people lived 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They were high T.
Yeah.
They had the testosterone. Keep going.
I don't know what to think, man.
I'm telling you, look into the details. There is abundance of proof that ancients were global, far more in the distant past than 1492 when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and far more advanced than what we were taught. How old, how advanced, that's the debatable part, but what's written, we were taught in school, has been debunked. If you look into the nuanced details, there's things that were achieved that is inexplicable for what we were taught. And that's why people, you know, whether it's the Rogans or the Tucker Carlsons that are speaking out about this, if you dig into the details, it's really, really awesome.
Right. Us celebrating Christopher Columbus makes us like
freaking idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say we're not an advanced society celebrating Christopher Columbus.
Hey, Republicans,
Christopher Columbus was a Democrat. You need to understand this.
He was
he was a raging Democrat. He was a liberal.
Look, everybody, inflation is out of control, and this problem's only going to get worse. Can't have all your eggs in one basket, especially when you got people like Sleepy Joe holding the basket in the White House. That's why me and Kevin are always diversifying our assets. That's the kind of diversity, equity, and inclusion we like.
Yeah.
The value of silver, gold has been steadily rising, while the value of the American dollar has been falling. Because what? Inflation. Because our government sucks. Now, y'all, purplebar.com is changing the game, making it easy for all of us to protect our financial futures. Look how cool these gold and silver bars are. Patriotic engraving on there too. Look real nice. The bars are perforated so they can easily break apart and can be conveniently exchanged if the dollar collapses. Go to purplebar.com and use promo code Hodgetwins and you get 5% off gold bars. And you get 10% off silver bars. Yeah.